Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is March 24th, Monday, 2025. So, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. So, alrighty then, let me see. I'm going to start pulling cards and see what happens. I did pick up on something very interesting this morning, but
I drink it all, I drink.
You drink it all? I have a treat. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, let me see.
Dry?
Oh, yeah. What is this, water or your drink?
That's why. You gotta wait. It's dry.
Oh, hold on. Okay, what was I? Yeah, I was just gonna start pulling cards. So today's weather is like one of those gloomy days, but I love those days because those days are just like perfect for like lounging around at home and like watching movies and like in your PJs and all that. So I love gloomy rainy days, you know, especially like when it's like hot out, like in the summer, like in the middle of the summer, and then you have like one of those gloomy rainy days. I mean, it's still hot, but it's just, I don't know. I love those gloomy, rainy days. I think I like it too because there's also like there's like a sadness to it, or like like a melancholy feeling to that, and it just feels cleansing in a way. That may not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me, so that's really all I care about. It's like, let me stop. But yeah, I don't know, there's something cleansing about rainy, gloomy days. It just feels like, it's crazy because it's raining and gloomy and the skies are dark, right? Because the clouds are covering the sky. But at the same exact time, there's something so refreshing about it. It just feels clean or cleansing. It feels good, despite how it looks, right? So it looks bad, but it feels good. So that could be something that's going on for you, something that looks bad but feels good. Or someone could be trying to say that about you and people are questioning it. Like, if the collective is so bad, why is their energy feel this way? Why do they feel like clean and refreshing and like it's like a breath of fresh air? Why do they feel like, if the collective is so bad with how you're claiming them to be, why do they not feel that way? If you know? But I feel like it has to do with like how you're painted out to be perceived as, like the way you look. Right? As I'm looking at the sky outside right now, it looks gloomy and cold and rainy, right? But it just feels cleansing. It feels good. Like the rest of the snow is about to be washed away. Whatever covered film that was on top of the grass and dirt is about to be washed away, right? All that muck that was being piled on from the winter is about to be washed away. right? So now, when this weather is over, you're going to see a lot of grass growing and birds tweeting and things like that. It's refreshing, all right? This weather is necessary. It's like a cleansing. I'm hearing a ritual as well. I'm going to get back to that in a second. So your energy is like, it cleanses people. Without you even meaning to, I feel like, collective, without you even meaning to, I feel like your energy, it just cleans. This sounds, I'm laughing because part of me is just like, oh, you really think you got it like that, right? But I'm laughing because that's someone else is really trying to like downplay the effect that you have in general, right? The effect that you have on, I don't know, society, your environment, your friends, your associate, whatever, okay? But your energy, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's just clean, and it cleanses people. And whether or not you are aware of this, or whether or not you know this, it's whether or not you're even trying to, it just cleans people. It inspires them. It makes way for the new. It cleans out the old and makes way for the new, right? Like the whole point of spring showers and April showers is rain, because it's cleaning out the old, preparing the soil, shifting the wind, and blah, 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 like all that stuff. So it's necessary. So you're like spring, or you're like fall, right? It's one of those to where you incite change, right? Your birthday could be in the spring, or your birthday could be in the fall, or something started happening in the spring, or something started happening in the fall, either to you or because of you, or you've noticing things started to change around the springtime for you, or around the fall time for you, or that's just kind of like, I don't know how do I say this? Those are like your landmarks or in time or something. Like that's when things, and the summer is quiet and the winter's quiet, but once spring or fall hits for you, or wherever you are in that environment in that time, that's when things really start shifting and churning and changing. Okay? We have the Hermit, retreat and recharge. So you could be called to take some time to yourself at this moment. Direction guardian, choose your path. Yeah, so this is why I feel like somebody's trying to confuse you. Somebody's trying to make sure or try to get you to go down the wrong path. But the best way for you to not do that is if you just kind of like go into hermit mode and do your meditation, stick to yourself for right now. Right, because I did a reading recently where I was talking about right now. This is like a lull in time for you, right? There's a lull. This right now is a lull in time for you. So it may seem quiet and still, and that's good. You know, utilize that energy to kind of like rest and recharge and relax, and maybe do some research. Connect with your inner self so you can have an inner standing, right? Talk to God, connect with God, right? Try to be one within, right? Catch up on some projects, watch that show that you've always wanted to watch, right? Do things where an outside looker would be like, oh, they're just being lazy. Well, you can do that right now. This is a perfect time for you to be lazy, collective. It's also funny because there really isn't in the springtime. I mean, it's always raining and April showers, right? What is that? April showers bring May flowers. But realistically, it's like, what are you supposed to be doing anyways if it's always raining outside, right? So why not just do what you can indoors until the rain lets up, right? Until the cleanse is finished. So this could be like a metaphorical cleanse for you, right? This lull in time, it's perfect timing for you to go through this cleanse or do this cleanse or meditation or rest. Catch up on that. Take that nap, right? So do that. Do that. Why? That's Iggy Azalea. I'm so fancy. You already know. Okay, so someone can think that you're fancy. That's so funny because I was literally just saying that this thought popped in my head where it's like, oh, you think you got it like that, right? And that's because your energy is very it has such an impact, right? It's your 1010. Your energy is very impactful and it's very profound, and someone wants to like gaslight you out of that or make it seem like, oh, you think you're fancy like that. So this would be someone who like you'll wear like a nice outfit, right, to school or to your job or whatever, or to the mall or to Walmart or whatever. And someone will be like, oh, why are you dressing like that? Oh, you think you got it like that? Oh, you think you're fancy? Oh, you think you're cool? That's that energy. That voice that popped in is coming from that person. That's the person that's trying to distract you or make you, trying to make you think that you're going, like, they're trying to confuse your path. And it's because that person's like, oh, you think you're doing a service to humanity? Oh, you think you're special? Oh, you think you're chosen? It's that person. That's where that's coming from. That's another reason why you're being called to just kind of relax, because while this person is just like, oh, you think you're blah, 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 all you have to do is just be like, anyways, oh, you think you're fancy because you're dressing like that? Anyways, wherever this energy is coming from, that energy, that person, they're trying real hard to make you feel some type of way about your success, your energy, your abundance, your fanciness, right? This could be someone like, oh, you're so hoity-toity, and it's just like, why? Because I'm choosing to eat my meal with a fork and knife and not my fingers, like a heathen? Oh, you think you're better than me because you're cutting your meat up with a knife instead of chopping it with your teeth and taking big bites? Okay, weirdo. But yeah, let me see that song. I know that's by, I remember when that song came out, it was like everywhere. Ah, did you what? That do that. That's funny. That is too funny. Yeah, Direction Guardian, choose your path in the reverse. Somebody's really trying to I'm laughing because it's like that's all you can do. That's all you got. And then Hermit, upright. There's somebody, this person could also be at a distance from you, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Doesn't matter. Either way, this could also be frequency, right? They could be vibrating low. You could be vibrating high. Either way, there's a distance, whether it's in frequency, whether it's physical, mental, right? This person could be mentally immature. They're actually, the whole music video of that song, if I'm not mistaken, it's in a high school. So this person could have like some weird high school mentality, and you're just like, anyways, because that's 1313, that's like high school stuff. So this person could be like mentally, I don't want to say at a disadvantage, right? Because they're not, but they're just not. This is like a whole adult with the mentality of like high school. What's high school about? Drama. He said, she said. Oh, don't do that. Right? It's just a bunch of stupid stuff that you should have left in high school. Like, you're an adult. You don't need to. Oh, did you hear? Oh my god. I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane from LA to Tokyo. I'm so fancy. Can't you taste this gold? Remember my name, about to blow. So, I feel like your name is in a lot of people's mouths right now. And it kind of bothers this person because now it's like, oh, did you hear the collective? Oh my god, the collective. Oh, did you hear the collective? And this person is just like, oh, but did you see? I don't think, no. They're just so, like, stuck on it. They don't like that. They're hearing your name and it's associated with positive affirmations after that, right? This person really is, I don't know, like, they're, oh, you think you're so cool? So this would, like, let's say you made the honor roll, right? Or employee of the month or employee of the week, whatever. right? People are like, oh, congratulations, collective, you made employee of the week, or congratulations, you made the honor roll. You know, that's great, congratulations. This is the same person that would be like, oh, you think you're so cool, you think you're so smart because you made the honor roll, you think you're special because you made employee of the week, well, you still work here, and blah, blah. This person, they're very negative, they're very jealous, this is a hater. You got a hater in the midst, but I'm sure you are already aware of that. What else does it say? First things first, I'm the realist. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. Wow. I said, baby, I do this. I thought that you knew this. Can't stand no haters, and honest, the truth is that my flow retarded, each beat dear departed. Swagger on stupid, I can't shop in no department. I get my money on time, and it ain't about money decline. So this person could have an issue about your money or the amount of finances that you have been acquiring, or that you just have money in general. So this person could have an issue with everything about you, your money. So if you didn't have money, you were, oh yeah, they don't even have money, but you got a job, right? Oh, you think you're bougie because you got money? Oh, you think you got it like that because you got money? Listen, whoever this person is, whoever these people are, but I feel like for some of you it's one person. Don't even, that's why I'm just saying whatever comes out their mouth anyways, because this is the kind of person that they're always going to find, oh, you think you're the, oh, but you can't, They're always going to have an issue with you, whether you have success or you don't have success. If you have success, oh, you think you're too cool, you think you're too good. If you don't have success, oh, wow, you're like a bum, right? Well, don't even, this person, just sweep them under the rug and forget about them, because this is that energy, and it's very high school, very toxic, very annoying, and this is the kind of person that's trying to like confuse your path. That's why it's best for you not only to not engage in this magic, this drama, this behavior. Just be like, listen, I'm just gonna tune you out, and that's it. Call it a day. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Just tune this person out, tune this energy out, right? And there's really something about money here, right? So if you didn't have money, it made them feel good, right? Also because they can talk about you not having money, but it's like if you have money now, like you got a job or whatever the case it is, so your finances have increased. So because of that, you can like provide for your lifestyle. So now, listen, before, if you didn't have finances, this person like, oh, they're just a bum. Like, can you believe that? But your finances increase, so now you can afford your lifestyle. You can afford your lifestyle. Oh, you think you're bougie because you can wear what you want to wear? Anyways, just that's all you have to do. Just anyways this person right out of your life. Anyways, this person, I'm telling you, they're not on the same level, whether it's frequency, mentally, emotionally, physically. Even for some of you, this could be somebody that like, oh, you think you're hotter than me because you can wear that, or oh, you think you're so cool because you can wear that, and whatever. Listen, this person, they have some serious insecurities, and they are fighting some deep demons within themselves that have nothing to do with you, and they're just trying to use you, or they're trying to look for you, or they're trying to get you to be their emotional punching bag, and that's not happening, right? Anyways, so this is that. For some of you it could be a woman, for some of you it could be a man. I'm getting the feeling of a very negative, toxic woman, right? Because who does that? Like, oh, you think you're so... And there's something very, like, high school about this kind of mentality. This person, I don't know, because it's given, like, this person, they want to be the queen bee so bad. But, like, if you have to stomp on other people and joke and it makes you feel some type of way when you hear about the same person that you're trying to like bully, when you hear their successes and their whatever, like the good things in their life, and if you feel some type of way, you're not a queen. If you feel some type of way because the person that everyone has been bullying can no longer be bullied, there's no reason to be bullying. For why are you bullying them? If you feel some type of way, oh wow, we're not bullying them anymore. Oh wow, we can't bully them anymore. Oh wow, you guys think oh wow, they think they're too good like to be bullied. Like that's you really need to figure that out. If you feel some type of way because the person that 222 I just seen, if you feel some type of way because the person that you have been bullying for like your ever, and that can't be bullied anymore, and that bothers you deeply on a deep, like it really bothers your spirit, like it's irking your spirit, you need to talk to God about that. Maybe even a therapist. I'm not trying to cut ass. I'm just saying there's a reason why you need to figure that out, because there's no reason why a grown adult should be feeling so triggered about not being able to bully someone. That's what this is. This person is triggered because they cannot bully you. And if they were to try to bully you, it's just like, why are you talking about their clothes, or why are you talking about their money, or why are you talking about their neighborhood, or why are you talking about their house, or why are you talking about their job, or why are you talking about whatever. It just doesn't make sense. This is someone, I just seen 2112, this is someone who really is being triggered because they cannot bully you. That's it. They want to bully you so bad and they can't. I might do another reading later. Something is happening very... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do another reading later. So we have distant horizons upright. I told you, this is somebody who's at a distance of you. And it's bothering because there are things that are happening for you right now, or things that are being sent to you, like you're magnetizing things to you, you're manifesting things, right? That's what's happening for you right now. 202 I just seen, right? Those are things that are happening for you right now. And this person, they cannot do anything, especially if they are at a distance. Now, for some of you, if this person is at a physical distance, that's another reason why this magic is not working, because it's like they need to be able to like touch you or see you or hear you in person for them to do what they are trying to do, or for them to want to do. For example, like, first of all, if you're going to bully me on the internet, listen, I'm just going to turn off my computer. You're not going to stress me out on my computer. Click deleted. Click, I'll just turn off my computer. I don't have to be on my computer. I'll just turn it off. And then I could just go on. I can go outside in the real world and have a great dandy day. I'm not going to be stressed out by some weirdo on the internet on my computer. I'm just going to turn off my computer. That's it. Now, that's another reason. That could be another reason why none of this is working. Because for this person for it to like affect you, they need to be in the same physical environment, whether it's like in your home, in your job, in your neighborhood, in your community, right? So for a lot of you, this person is at a physical distance, right? So that's why you're only catching phrases or parts of sentences, or you can only hear parts of what's going on, right? It's because that's the magic is, it's like fading or disintegrating, or it's like it's no good now. Like it's weak. It's like weakening. All right, so you're only like sensing like residues of their magic, right? So this person is really trying to get you to go down the wrong path, but their magic is so weak you're only catching like residues or parts of conversations. Hi, Pumpkin.
I want.
You want. Do you need or do you want? Those are two different things. What do you want? Because I'm assuming this is a want. So you would like.
Look.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, whoever this person is, they are at a distance from you. And I feel like that the more that you just kind of like ignore it, like, okay, whatever. Whatever you say, Debbie Downer, Negative Nancy, Sour Sam, right? Whatever they say, just be like, okay, whatever. Like, it truly, I feel like they want their meaningless, empty words so badly to mean something for you, to like bother you. But that's the point. Like, why would your they want their negative, because this is a bully. That's why, obviously, duh. Okay, that makes sense, because this is a bully, right? Why else? Like, if you feel so triggered that you can't bully someone to the point where you want so badly for the negative things that you say to a person that you want it to bother them, you're a bully. This is a bully. So this is kind of like all they have in store for them, which is sad to say, right? But that's kind of like, so this, it could have been like high school was like their peak. You know how some people peak in high school and it's almost always like the jocks or the bullies? Yeah. This is someone who, like, if they could relive high school, they would, because that was their peak. That was when they were like, yeah. And everyone would be like, yeah. You know? Yeah, so this is that. But they can't do this. Either you moved away, they moved away, you are now in a different department. Maybe you moved up the ladder in life and spirituality and the ranks, whatever it is, right? Because for some of you, if you work in the same company, it could be like they work on the first floor and you work on the 5th floor, right? So all that work gossip that they're talking about on that first floor, it doesn't have time to get to the 5th floor, because as you go up in ranks, the more things that you have to do. Like, I'm also hearing new levels, new devils. So it's like this person, they were a level 1 goblin. Meanwhile, you have like level 85 goblins to deal with. This is, why would I pay attention to a level 1 goblin? Right? So there's this game, right? It's an MMORPG. It's called RuneScape. And, well, I personally prefer old school RuneScape, but you can't, I mean, they both have. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. It's a whole debate. I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, so in the game RuneScape, like when you first start off with like your avatar, when you first start off into the game, there are goblins that are like level 1 to 5, right? And like the world, depending on if you're like in Lumbridge, Varrock, doesn't really matter, right? Usually people end up starting off in Lumbridge. It's just like one of those home starts. And there's always like these little goblins. And they're like usually like from like level 1 to 5. Now, if you're at level 1, you start off like level 1. These goblins, they're tough to beat. They're tough. But as you get up in ranks and level up, right? Whereas before, when you first started, the goblins, they would look for you. Like if you get too close to like the range of the goblins, they would attack you because they could beat you up, right? But as you level up in ranks, these goblins, right, they'll just walk by you because they're like, oh, I'm not messing with that. You've leveled up, and for some weird reason, this person that's like a level 1 goblin feels like they can still do something. And you're like, I got missions and things to do, and I don't have time for this. That's literally this energy that you are in right now. This person's saying things and trying to throw their level 1 goblin club at you, and it's just like, it's not even like, I don't have time for this. Anyways. That's all you have to do. Just keep anywaysing this person. Anyways, right? Because you don't have time for this. There's something so like childish or a high school or middle school or something so like low level about what this person is doing. This energy that's coming from this person that they're trying to throw at you. It's low level. It's like you're not ashamed by that. Anyways, so yeah, this person is at a distance from you. I also feel like whoever this person is, because of the distance, there is something, it could be on their end, there's something that's anchoring them to that position, to that level, to that environment, to that home, to that job. There's something that's anchoring them to that area, which makes it extremely difficult for them to physically travel to you. So this person cannot physically travel to you. So I feel like for them, that is the biggest downside of all of this for them, right? Because it's kind of like if they could just see you in person, they feel like they would have great success with their bullying. It's basically like this person that just wants to see you in person to bully you. That's it. But because for whatever reason, physically, they cannot. So they're exerting themselves when it comes to like their magic and spiritually and mentally and emotionally. They're exerting themselves to the point where like it's not anyways, right? So this person has been released from your energy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 36, 3 plus 6 is 9. Yeah, 999 release. This person has, you've been released from your energy. Wow, I can't even. Child reverse. This could be somebody that you have bad childhood memories with, or they have a bad childhood, or they're stuck in childish ways. If they have children, there could be something going on with their children, but I'm not gonna get into that. This could also just be someone that's stuck in childish ways, and I feel like because you can see that, you can sense that, you are what? Hold on. Okay, I literally had to so this person, you let this person go. This person was trash energy in your life, and you let them go. Why would you keep this person in your life when all they're doing is just taking up space to bully you? That's trash. So you let them go. The reason why I'm saying that word trash is because I literally just got a pop-up on my computer saying you have to delete space or otherwise the recording's gonna end, right? But here's the thing. I knew that pop-up was up on my computer earlier, right? Since earlier this morning, and I was already like cleaning up my computer, like deleting like my videos and all that stuff because I don't need them anymore, right? So I was like deleting them, but I just deleted them. I didn't empty the trash. So I was like, oh, that's why it popped up. That's why when it popped up, I was like, what? Like, why would my recording stop if I deleted them? But it says you need to empty the trash, which I did. So I feel like this person has been released. You let this person go, and they're just trying to like continue to be in that position where they can take up space. And here's the thing, right? On a computer, if you have too much stuff on your computer, like videos and pictures and documents or whatever, right? At some point, you're gonna have to start deleting things to clean up space, right? So you delete all of that stuff. But if you don't empty the trash, what happens is you can't make any more recordings. You can't even use your camera to record. You can't save new pictures because you have all this trash taking up space. You obviously don't need it. You obviously don't need this person, this energy. This person that has been trying to do the most to where it's kind of like, you can't let me go kind of energy. And it's just like, no, I can. Because you're taking up space. You're hindering. This person, they're trying to take up space in your life and your energy. So that way you cannot make a room for more, or new cannot come in, or like if you're trying to manifest, where are all these manifestations going to go? Where can they go? Right? You have to release the old to make way for the new. And whoever this person is kind of like, oh yeah, you can't let me go. You can't let me go. It's like they're trying to bully you into keeping to keeping a space or a spot in your life. And this could also, they're trying to do this simultaneously, knowing that you're getting something new or new things are entering in your life. But it's like the magic that they're doing, they're trying to bully you to make sure that they stay around in your energy. So it's kind of like they're like blocking. They're like trying to block new things from entering your life. It's not working. I like Cheetos. I like chips. I like snacks. I feel like that's my I feel like I will never stop eating snacks. I don't know. I can't. I mean, obviously I can. I don't want to. I don't want to stop eating snacks. So I'm not going to. But, right? I say this all the time. I'm not the most perfect and I'm not the most healthiest person because I'll eat snacks, right, all the time. And I drink coffee. So I feel like that's where, that's one of my flaws as a human. the consumption of snacks. Right? Everyone has flaws. At least I'm not out here like, give me your snacks. Right? I work for my snacks. So there's something there could also be something going on with this person's inner child. I do feel like, hold on. I do feel like they neglected their inner child. That's it. They lost sight of their inner child. Maybe that could be why they are at such a, they feel so disconnected. I hate to say this, but I feel like this person, they disconnected themselves to source. And this person, they could have sold themselves. Here's the thing, right? When you go against your morality, right? When you're like pleasing people and for the crowd and what's socially acceptable, and oh, I can't wear this because they're gonna think this, or I can't do that because they're gonna think this and that, right? That's a form of selling your soul, right? Pleasing the world, right? So they may not have sold their soul by contract and blood. Maybe they did. I don't know about that. But I do know that this person, they disconnected themselves from their inner child. So, and because of that, they lost some sort of like key ingredient to be able to manifest at whim, like that. Right? That's very important. That's why God, when you read the Bible, I haven't even read the whole Bible, right? But I know bits and pieces here and there. Especially like when I feel like I have to like look it up or whatever. But I know that in the Bible it talks about keeping that childlike wonder, right? It's important. There's a reason why the Bible says that childlike wonder is important. The imagination, right? I don't know. It's sad, honestly. But anyways, you gotta keep it moving, right? Yeah, it's sad, but it is what it is. So anyways, I have to keep doing this. Right? Yeah, whatever they're going through, it may be sad, but anyways, you have a whole thing that you have to do too, collective. And realistically speaking, you cannot save everyone. And you're not called, that's why you're not called to save everyone. Especially this person. Courtship reverse, you're not in any partnership with this person, whether this is an ex, a romantic relationship, family, business, co-worker, associates, whatever. You're not. There's no relationship between you and this person. There probably never was either. It was just like a bully victim dynamic. There really never was a true relationship between you and this person, right? You were always the victim and they were always the bully. But then you were just like, yeah, I'm not a victim anymore. And there's just like bully, 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 bully. And you're just like, anyways, right? Why would I sit here and let myself be attacked by a level 1 goblin when I can just level up and learn and research and explore and, you know, do all of this, right? Which is kind of like the whole point in the game that I was just talking about, RuneScape, right? Why would you sit there in that one tiny town and get beat up by level 1 to 5 goblins when you can travel and teleport and go on missions and fight dragons and demons and devils and ice monsters and hold on, commercial, right? Like, why would you stay in that one state of mind, that emotional, you know, way, that physical, like, oh, I'll just keep myself tiny and small, right? Because you're bullying me, you know, if it pleases you, bully. Like, no, why would you do that? You know, that's the whole, even in life, the whole point of life is to like explore, learn, right? Be a better version of yourself, get stronger, get healthier, right? Learn. That's the whole point of life, which is funny because in RuneScape too, you also have to learn how to cook and chop wood and things like that. So you're over here on a whole mission and this person's like, no, stay here and let me bully you. No. Go away. Alright, I'm going to get one more Kipper and then I'll move to Tarot. Concern reverse. Yeah, you're not bothered. You don't care. You're not concerned. Whatever this person's going through, they're going through. It is what it is. That has nothing to do with you. Whatever they feel, it is what it is. That has nothing to do with you. Whatever's going on, it is what it is. That has nothing to do with you. You just don't care. And I do feel like that's a big reason as to why this magic is not working. And it has to do with what they're saying. This is their preferred method of magic. Words, gossip, bullying, right? Oh, you think you're too cool. Oh, you need to, That's their preferred method of magic, right? They use their words to bully people, and you don't care about the things that are coming out of their mouths, and that's why it's not working. And we have false person on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this person has always been a fake person in your energy. You could also be realizing, right, that you never really had a true relationship with this person, whether this is an ex-lover, ex-wife, ex-husband. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, ex-friend, ex-family member, ex-boss, associate, whatever. You're realizing, why do I care about the words that are coming out of your mouth when you never even liked me anyways? So why should I care? Oh, I don't care. Anyways, I'm gonna, right? So I feel like this person is like, they're triggered. They're really, 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 really triggered because they cannot bully you. And the reason why they cannot bully you is because you don't care about their opinions, their thoughts, their emotions, them as a person, right? One of the reasons why bullies get away with being a bully is because of why? Because their intimidation like, in order for a bully to be successful, you have to fear that bully. You have to care. Oh no, my bully's gonna be at school today, and oh my god, you don't care. I've had a bully that was like, I kid you not, like 7 times my size, right? Both in height and I stood up to them. I mean, we're on good relationship now, right? Obviously, because it's so funny because they were just like, I never had anyone stand up to me and blah, right? So just think about, like, realistically, like, bullies, they feed off of that intimidation tactic, that fear, right? They feed off that. So if you don't fear them, if you don't care about them, what they say, what they do, their threats, their words, if you don't care, what is it that they really have at the end of the day? That's all the bully has. Right? If that's all a bully is contributing to the world, what do they really have? So this person could also be freaking out because it's kind of like, if I cannot bully them, what do I do? What's my purpose? What can I do? They're having their brain is like haywiring right now, because it's kind of like, if a bully can't bully you, what do they do? It's kind of like if a tree falls and no one's around to hear it, did it really fall? Right? So it's kind of like, if a bully's around to bully, but nobody really cares, is it really a bully? So what is it then? What are you? Who are you? What's your purpose? What's your goals? What's your ambitions? Right? So now the real question is, it's like this person is like, this person's a fake person. They've always been a fake person in your energy. The relationships that you share, you might have thought it was one thing, but you're realizing that, oh wow, this person was a bully. Why should I care? Right? This person could have always been a bully to you since you were a child as well, with that child reverse. And then as you got older, you're realizing, oh, it wasn't until maybe you got into an adulthood, right, that you're realizing it's time to end this relationship, because it's not a relationship. You're not my friend, you're not my family member, you're not my coworker, you're not my neighbor, you're just not. So now they have to ask, now, if you are unbothered and in your own lane, doing your own thing, now people are just like, well, if the collective's minding their own business, what are you doing? Now that begs a question, like, what are you doing, bully? Because if you can't bully the collective because they're over here doing their own thing, what are you doing? What's your purpose? What do you want to do? All they know is that they just want to bully you. And that's not flying. That's not, God's like, no. I don't think so. No. That's not, of all the things in the world that you can do, the only thing that you want to do is bully the collective. That's, no, we're not doing that. Go find something to do. So people could be like, oh, what are your goals and what are your hobbies? 44. This person is like, I don't know. I don't really have hobbies. I don't really know, right? And it's just like, that's a red flag. If you ask somebody what their hobbies are and they don't really have any hobbies, that's kind of a red flag, because it's like, what do you do with your spare time? What do you do when you're feeling restless? Or what do you do when you're feeling bored? Or what do you do when you feel like, you know, like you've watched all your shows, or like even binge watching could be a hobby. Like, I like to catch up on new shows, or like I like to go on the hunt for, like, you know, vintage romance movies, whatever. I don't know, right? But if you ask this person what they do, what are their hobbies, and they don't have any hobbies, that's a red flag to me, because it's like, what do you do when you're not working, or, you know, being a member of society? What do you do for you? What do you do for your spirit? What do you do for your soul to nurture yourself and to heal yourself and to relax yourself? What do you do? You know, like, some people, they go running. That's a hobby, right? Running, or rock climbing, or arts and crafts. Like, those are hobbies. And people do those things for their soul, for their spirit, because it feels good. That's, you know, and it helps them heal, right? It helps them feel good, right? Some people I know, like, when they're having a tough day and, you know, something bad happened, right? They're not going to bully other people because of how they feel. They're going to go for a run and release all of that, right? Endorphins, it's good, and they can clear their mind, and they can think, and they can reset, right? And they just leveled up. This is someone that doesn't do things like that, so that's probably why they're stuck in that high school mentality, like, or like, that's why high school was their peak. They probably never even learned about... honestly, it is kind of sad, because if they don't have any healthy outlets and healthy outlets are something that you learn as, like, a child, right? If they never even learned that, or appreciated that, or cared about that, that says a lot about them. That's probably why high school was, like, their peak. So it is sad, but at the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is. That's not my business. It's sad that you have no hobbies, but it is what it is. The Chariot, this person wants to find a way to get towards you, to come towards you. This person also knows. Now, this person knows that something is on the way to you. The Three of Cups came out yesterday. We have Cancer out here twice, and then the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You're minding your business in your own lane. You're celebrating. You're having a great time. You have true joy, true success, true friendship, true celebrations. Right? You're good. This person, despite everything that this person is trying to do, things are still heading your way, right? Now, simultaneously, this person, they too also want to head your way, right? They want to find some way to get close to you. Now, if they can't do it spiritually, they can't do it mentally, they can't do it emotionally, right? Because in order to get to you emotionally, they have to get to you mentally and with their words, right? Now, if they were trying to do this on the internet, just turn off your computer and just go outside. You're not about to stress me out on my computer. I can just turn off my computer. I can just turn off my phone. I can just turn off my electronics. Especially if this is someone that's, like, stuck on the internet. You could just go outside and have a good time. You don't even have to ever go back on the internet. If you really don't want to, you don't ever have to go back on the internet. But this person, they're like, they're stuck on the internet. Alright? They could be, like, addicted to the internet, or, like, they just, like, spend their life on the internet, like, scrolling, or looking at people on the internet. Oh, I wish I had that, or I wish I lived that life, or oh my god, that's so cool, or I want that, right? They live vicariously through the internet, not in real life. They can't make their own dreams come true for whatever reason. I don't know why. It could be because they have disconnected themselves to their inner child, that dreamlike state, that childlike wonder. So they lost some sort of key ingredients that you have, right? So this person could live vicariously through other people on the internet that they don't even know, strangers. They give their energy to strangers on the internet, or celebrities, right? Because they want to live that life, or experience that life, right? Or that luxury lifestyle, whatever the case it is. That's them. But at the same time, as they're giving their energy to the internet, they're trying to find a way to get close to you, to get towards you with this Chariot, because they see you having true joy, success, you're celebrating, you have friendship, you have happiness, right? And they see that, and they see that you've recovered with the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. That you're healing, you're happy, you're not in any kind of, like, despair, or whatever the case it is, that they've tried to, that they may have been able to do successfully, keep you in the Ten of Swords upright for a very long time until you turned around one day and said, oh, I don't care about this negativity, toxic betrayal. I don't care about it. I'm just going to heal with the 10 of Swords reversed and then go find my own joy and my own friends and my own success and my own happiness and, you know, be happy. I'm going to go off and be happy. Oh, why did I put that back in the deck? Dang. Did I put it back in the deck? I did. Oh, it's right here. I feel like, okay, so this person's trying to find a way to get towards you and they keep getting like sent back. So that's probably why I'm like I put this back in the deck without even realizing it. This whoever this person is, they're trying to find a way to get towards you. So it's kind of like every time they get close to you or they start heading your way, something happens where they get kind of like put back where they belong, or they get sent back, right? It's kind of like they're trying to go towards your street, right? But for whatever reason, the entrance that they're trying to get through, it's been blocked off, so they have to go back, right? It's been blocked off for like the next week or so, so you can't use this entrance, right? So then they have to use another entrance, but that entrance has been like flooded, right? They can't, they're being blocked from heading towards you. This could be a Cancer feminine. Cancer did come out twice with the 3 of Cups and the Chariot. And I think the 10 of Swords, I think that's Scorpio. I'm not sure about that. But we have the Star upright on the bottom of the deck. That's your energy. Again, with the 10 of Swords reversed that I did see. So with the 10 of Swords reversed and the Star upright, you've healed tremendously. Right? You are unrecognizable. You are on a different frequency and you just don't care. And a lot of it is because you don't care about what goes on around you, right? If it's not for you, that's the thing. That's the difference. Okay? If it's not for you, right, in terms of like gossip, relationships, people, negativity, right? If it's not for you, then you don't care. It's simple. Right? And people be like, oh, but what about the world and hunger and famine and I'm not. No, I know that sounds mean to say, but that's not what you need to be really focused on right now. There are people that are already dealing with that and handling that, right? So let's not get carried away here. All right, we're talking about this particular person, this particular situation. You know this person is not for you, so you don't care about them. As simple as that. And the reason why is because you know this person has never been for you, so they had to go. You had to empty out the trash. And you just say, oh, okay, you're not for me, bye. That's the difference, right? I had someone ask me, like, if God exists, then why would God let this woman be raped and blah, 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 blah. And my response is just, why are you worried about what God is doing with other people? Just focus on your relationship with God yourself. This person cannot physically get near you. 7 of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, they're wasting their energy, and it's kind of like the reason why they cannot get near you is because all they want to do is just, my nose is getting stuffy now. All they want to do is create chaos for you and bring chaos towards you and just be very chaotic in your energy, which is just their energy that they don't want to be alone chaotically in. They just don't want to be alone in their own chaos. And why? Look at how peaceful and calm you are. And look, concern reverse. Why? No. That's why God's like, no. Sit your ass down. It's like, God's like, no. Because you just want to be chaotic in my peaceful child's life. And that's not flowing with me. This person, they're gonna they're gonna have to give that kind of energy up, but it doesn't seem like it because they keep trying to get close to you, they keep trying to get near you, they keep trying to find you, and they just keep getting sent back to where they came from. We have the 7 of Wands reverse. Yeah, this person they're finding it very difficult to find a way to get close to you. It's hard for this person to get close to you. I also feel like this person feels like you have a big boundary or like a big protection around you, that they want you. They can't do anything about this protection or boundary or whatever, right? They can't do anything about it. So they're hoping that, like, if they see you in person, you would be kind. Would you be kind enough to lower down your protection so I can attack you? That's basically what this is, right? They can't do anything. They want to get close to you, right? So that way you would let them in emotionally or care about them. Because if you care about them or if you put emotions into them, that would be you lowering down your guard. That would be you saying to your entire spiritual team, okay, you can let them in. You're agreeing to that. This person is hoping that you would agree to that, so that way they can, oh yes, now I'm in their energy field. Now I'm in their home. Now I'm in their job. Now I'm in their life. Then they're gonna bring chaos. That's what they want. It's just their own chaos. That's what this is. It's just their own chaos. And you have no chaos. So you're mad chaotic. Why would I let you into my life with all your chaos and your baggage and your karmic debts and your betrayals, and for what? I'm so peaceful. And you're mad chaotic. I'm not going to do that. So that's why they keep getting sympathetic. And on top of that, they're fake. Like, why would I let you're a fake ass person and you're mad treacherous? Like, no. I don't understand what. But they're in their mind, it's like, if I could just see them in person. If I could just see them in person. Right? If I could just talk to them in person, they'll let me in. Like, this person, they don't have anything really to offer you. Also with that Taurus energy, they don't have anything to offer you. They can't even offer you genuine friendship, genuine kindness, genuine love. They don't have that. They cannot offer you those things. Right? Another reason why they could want to get close to you is because they don't have clothes or finances. I feel like there's finances. In the beginning of the reading, I talked about finances, right? Oh, you think you're too good because you have money or blah, blah, blah. Right? This person, this is just a fake hater who could want to come towards you because they see, or they must think, they must be under the impression that you are doing quite well for yourself financially. So it's kind of like, if I just see them in person, they'll let me in, right? But you're not knowing, they're under the impression, or they're hoping that you don't know that you are agreeing to let them in with all their baggage, their chaos, their karmic, and their financial debts. Because they are under financial debts. They don't have money. This person doesn't have money. They're hoping that if you let them in out of the kindness of your heart, right? This will be the kind of person like, oh, can I just stay with you for a week until I get on my feet and save a couple bucks or whatever? Next thing you know, it's been like a whole year, and what? They don't have anything. They wasted all that they had. They could have also wasted their energy. They could have wasted their childhood or their youth or their years. They wasted years doing something. Energy. Okay, so they wasted something in terms of energy, but the energy is connected to like their life. Like let's say this would be someone who wasted like 6 years in a position or doing something because they were comfortable being that way or being in that position, or 10 years or 25 years, and nothing has grown for them. They've grown nothing. They've learned nothing. They've contributed nothing. They wasted a lot of their own time, energy, years. They wasted a lot of years doing something. And I hate to say this, but they wasted a lot of their good years doing something. Like, maybe this person wasted all of their 30s wishing that they could go rock climbing, and now that they're 45, they have like arthritis and they can't. There's something that's not, I don't know why I keep getting rock climbing. It's funny though, because I had a dream last night that I was in a mountain, right? And in the mountain, for some reason, I was told to go to this mountain. So I went to the mountain in the dream. This is a whole side note. And in the dream, I went inside the mountain. And it was kind of dark, but I could still see a little bit. And I had to get to the top of the mountain, but on the inside. And I was like, okay, I'll do that, right? A lot of it was also like exploring the inside of the mountain. So I was like, okay, I'm going to explore the inside of the mountain. But I remember at one point, because I was climbing, right? And I remember I looked towards like the top, which was like the top base. And there was like this creature, like this monster or something like that at the top. I could only see its shadowy figure, but it was kind of like robotic, right? It was like a robotic monster or something like that. I couldn't really, I just know that part of it was like mechanical. And I seen it. And I was like, oh, it seen me. I gotta go. Right? And so I left the mountain. It was so interesting too, is that when I was like flying out of the mountain and I went into the sky or whatever, it's crazy too, because I was told to go explore the mountain in the dream. So I did that, but then there was this monster at the top that was trying to, it was like blocking me from getting to the top of the mountain. So whatever. I left the mountain because it was like gonna go after me. And then I think it was like maybe years later, I ended up going back to the mountain. And when I went back to the mountain, I finally made it to the top. But what I realized is that somebody had renovated the top of the mountain. Like they made it into a whole home, right? They had a bathroom, and the bathroom was like, it was stocked and blah, blah, blah. And it was a woman who was living in the top of the mountain that I was told to go explore, right? Go explore this mountain. So anyways, right? So I got to the top of the mountain, and I realized that somebody had renovated the top of the mountain, and they were living in the top of the mountain. But in the inside, right? And the mountain was made of clay. It was a clay mountain, right? And there was a woman living there, and the woman was my mother. And she had made herself the home in the mountain, and she was living there, and she had a little puppy, and she was, she was living grand, right? But something said a couple hours, right? So then in that dream, I was like, okay, well, let me use the bathroom. So I went to use the bathroom, and then I felt the toilet sink. And immediately I was like, the mountain is crumbling. I gotta go. So I started packing my things, and in the dream I'm telling my mom, I'm like, we gotta leave the mountain because the mountain is gonna collapse. You gotta go. And she was like, no, I don't want to. It's fine. The mountain's fine. I've been living here all these years, and the mountain's fine. I'm like, and I grabbed her face. I'm like, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, in my spirit, it's telling me the mountain is crumbling and we have to go. Pack what you can. We gotta go. So she's like, okay. Right? It took like convincing, but she finally was like, okay, let's go. So she's packing her things, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm packing whatever I can. And none of it's really my stuff, honestly. But I remember packing two hand mirrors. Right? I remember packing 2 hand mirrors, and some other things. And then I remember at the top of the mountain too, it was interesting because there was this door, and I went through this door, and there was like a passageway, and I looked, and it looked crumbled and broken down. And guess what I saw on the other side of that weird Cybertronic monster. And the only thing I can think of was, you mean to tell me that there was another entrance and I could have just gone through, or like this woman has been living in this mountain this entire time, and that figure was there the entire... It was interesting how... Anyway, so... But the minute I got to that mountain, right, I discovered all of this in the mountain, and then I was told, leave the mountain. And meanwhile, she's telling me, I've lived here all these years, and nothing's happened with the mountain. I've been perfectly fine, right? But in the beginning of the dream, I was told to go explore the mountain. And then there was this monster that chased me out of the mountain. And then years had passed. And then I went back to the mountain. And within the first couple hours of me being in the mountain, I was told, leave the mountain because it's going to crumble. It's going to go down. So then we went to another passage. I was trying to lead her out of the mountain. And I was like, oh, we can go out this window and then climb the side of the mountain so you can get to the top of the mountain, hop on some trees, as the mountain's climbing or crumbling down, at least we'll be safe. At least we won't be crushed by the rubble of the mountain or whatever, right? And she was like, no, it's scary. I can't do that. I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, just do it. You want to be safe, right? The mountain is literally crumbling right now. Either you climb out the window or you're going to suffocate. So we got out the window, and then we're like on the top, like on some trees, and we're watching the mountain shake and whatever. And then I looked to the left of me, and it wasn't my mom anymore. It was my sister, right? And every time I tried to like shimmy over, because then like there was someone that was driving up the road who I knew, and I was like, oh yeah, can you please grab our bag so that way we can, you know, go down, because the mountain is crumbling and we're trying to get to safety. And the guy, it was a guy, he was like, oh yeah, just throw down your bags and you're fine. And I'm trying to talk to this person so we can coordinate a safety plan. And the woman wasn't my mom anymore, it was my sister. And she kept like getting closer to me and closer to me. And in the dream, I'm like, can you back up? Because if you get too close to me, I'm gonna fall. So back up. So I feel like, I don't know why I'm sharing that dream, but that was the dream I had last night. So that's that. But whoever this person is, they're finding it very difficult to try and get close to you physically because you're way too protected, and a lot of it is because you don't care about this person's presence. You don't care about this person's like. You don't care, right? It's kind of like the Skeleton Key, that movie, The Skeleton Key. The whole movie was about like. If she started caring and started getting afraid and started getting worried, and that's one of the biggest reasons why the voodoo, I think it was, had an effect on her, because she had already gave emotional access to it, right? Which is basically saying you're acknowledging it. That's why when demons and that like that, you have to ignore them. You have to, like, if you come across a demon or you can just ignore them, because they feed off of that attention. They need that attention. They need that acknowledgement. Oh, you see me, right? But if you don't see them, you don't acknowledge them, you don't care about them, you're not afraid of them, blah, 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 they have no power. A lot of this is that, like, your willingness to acknowledge them gives them the access to whatever it is that they want to do. And so this is somebody who's either suffering from their own demons, or there's a demon attached to this person, but you are not acknowledging this person, and there's nothing that they can do about that. So they feel like the only way that they can get you to grant them access, because they can't spiritually, mentally, emotionally, they're trying to get close to you physically. And every time they try to do that, it's like they get turned back around. This person could like literally be walking in circles and not even notice that they're walking in circles. So it's like as they get close, they're like walking towards you, and if they get too close, God turns them around, and they get too close, and then so it's like this person is not even walking a whole circle. They're like walking half circles and not even realizing that that's what they're doing. They're stuck in a cycle. So they could have been wasting a lot of time being stuck in this cycle instead of like focusing on hobbies or living their life or making a family or traveling or, you know, being happy. Wow. 2 cups reversed. Wow. We got 2 cups reversed, and then we have courtship reversed. You have zero interest in a partnership, a relationship, whatever, and that kind of dynamic. You have zero interest with that, with this person. You don't care. You're not. I don't know how to stress this enough. You don't care. Even if this person was in front of you, oh, I'm so sorry, please, you know, let's be friends again, or take me back, or no. Who are you? I don't know why, but this person, they feel like if they just seen you in person, that would be, that's it. That'll solve everything for them. But for you, it's like, there's nothing for you to solve because you're minding your business. You see, it doesn't make sense. You just don't care about this person. Cancer came out again. This could be a feminine Cancer that's trying so hard, But you know, if you allow them in, they're demons, they're monsters, they're chaos, they're debts, they're bulliness, you just don't care, man. Like, I'm gonna get one more and then I close the reading because it's already like an hour long. Yoicks. Look what came out again. 10 of Swords reverse. You've healed. And I'm also getting, like, if this is someone you've known since childhood doesn't even have to be, like, 5 years old. It could be middle school age, high school age, because high school kids are still children, right? So this could be anyone that you've known from grade school to high school, all right? Now, for a lot of you, you could have had a lot of the same issues and same demons as them, but you've healed from yours. You've made progress with your journey, your healing, right? You've recovered a lot more, and you've gone through a massive rebirth, and you've done work that's clear and obvious, and than this person has been doing or has ever even attempted to do. Man, what an annoying person this is. I don't think they're gonna stop. Judgment upright. This person's being judged by people around them, by God. You also made a final judgment call, like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and pretend you're not there kind of energy. And believe it or not, something as simple as that is working. You know how, like, in TVs and movies, right, there's a kid in his bed sleeping, and then there's a monster, and the kid's like, you're not here, you're not here, you're not here. That actually does work. The monster disappears, because if you're not, like I said, if you're not acknowledging this monster, this demon, they cannot do anything. And they've been trying for the longest to make you acknowledge them. Which, if, I don't know about you, but that bothers me. Like, how are you going to force me to acknowledge you? If anything, you're going to make me want to not acknowledge you even more. I will not acknowledge you so hard, you'll even question your own existence. That's how good I am at ignoring people. You'll even, am I really here? I love ignoring people. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. I could do it all day, every day, because I really don't want to be around people. That's just me. You know, if I could be alone, that would be the cream of the crop. But I enjoy having a family. I enjoy having friends. I enjoy, you know, but if I could, I probably would ignore people so hard. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. All right, bye.